STEMpowered Women podcast. I'm your host, Brittany A.J. Miriki, the founder of Sistas in STEM. If you're new to our audience and don't really know who we are, Sistas in STEM is a multimedia platform aimed toward empowering women of color in their daily lives and their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math. I created this podcast to showcase empowered women, STEMpowered women. And today we are celebrating season 2, baby. We are back. All of the amazing STEMpowered women that you want to get to know, learn about their journeys, hear their advice. We are back, baby. And I am so excited. I'm so excited to bring all of the hard work that I've been putting in for this show to come together. Now, I'm sure you're already thinking, how was this season 2? What happened to season 1? What took so long, Brittany? Well, here's the thing. I quit my job. That's not the reason I stopped doing the show, but I quit my job. I got a new job and switched industries. And now I'm like 6 months, 7 months into the job already. And I feel like I'm at a comfortable place where I can finally get back into my hobbies. Yes, Sistas in STEM is a hobby. This is not my full-time job. I am a whole ass engineer. Do not get it twisted, boo. Don't take offense. I had to take some time for myself because there's no way that I can do all the hard work that it takes for a podcast and for Instagram and all the other stuff and learn all the new things that I need to learn for a new job. So now I feel like, once again, like I said, I'm at a comfortable place where I can actually deliver these fun things to you and enjoy my life a little bit more now that I'm on a different learning path and I feel like the curve is no longer going and I'm going on an easy path where I can actually focus, breathe. But I'm sure you're wondering, why'd you quit your job? What's up? What's going on? Or maybe you're one of those people, I don't care, just get to the show. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because some of you are sitting in jobs where you're unhappy and you're just taking the crap and you're just letting the time pass you by. And whereas for me, I couldn't do that. I had to take advantage of the opportunity. I am young. There's only so much that I can do that I don't really fit into the category of people who are just freshly out of college anymore. I fall into the people who are experienced workers. So it was a mixture of looking at jobs for those young ones and then jobs for the more experienced people. And yeah, it kind of landed me into a completely different role than I was in before. So if you've paid attention to the show, I was working at an engineering consulting firm. I was doing design work. I was also working as a business development professional. So trying to seek out new business for the company, but also working on the engineering side. So that way I can bring, when I'm seeking out those new clients, that I was also knowing hands-on what we were doing in that role, like what our team was doing. I was doing design work with the utility companies and consistently putting out a lot of different work for that. But the way I'm telling it to you is the way it was told to me and how the job should have stayed. But of course, as time changes, companies change, different roles change too. And where it came to the things for my business development side, where I felt like I was going to be able to use more of those interpersonal skills, which is what I essentially thought I would be able to do for my career overall, that kind of dwindled down. And I felt like I was more so chained to my desk, doing design work, day in, day out, and not feeling as happy with it. So it wasn't really fulfilling me in the way that I wanted it to. And there are some old people who will just be like, you better stick in with that job. You got in there. Why would you switch? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? Old people need to just shut up, because us as millennials, we need to be fulfilled in all areas of our lives. We're not going to just sit there and work for a company for 20 years and be miserable for 18 of them. No, I'm not about that life. Nope. No. So I'm not here for that. I had to, and I'm not to throw any shade at the company that I was working for. When I first started working there, I absolutely adored them. And even to the very end, I still loved the people. That was, not everybody, but I loved most, some, ooh, who did I love? Whoever I loved, you know who I loved. Yeah, even just on the last day, it felt like a weight was lifted off of me. I was able to and just go and feel like a little bit more breathing room to be able to push forward. And it was no harsh feelings. Like I wasn't like, bye, I'm out of here. I ain't here for you no more. I'm gone. No, it was an amicable, I'm going to miss you all. Let's swap numbers, at least for some of them. Like I said, not everybody. But the people who I loved, like I was, that's what pained me the most, was leaving the people who I truly enjoyed interacting with, because that's what made the day move forward. Being able to see those people and have those, that camaraderie and that relationship, along with being unhappy with the work that I was specifically doing, that kind of helped balance it out. So I was able to feel okay feel okay in the role. So when it came to, like I said, for the last day, it was bittersweet, because yes, I was happy to move on to something else, but I was also sad to leave those people. I ended up going out for drinks with them and ended up going to dinner at, what was that, Gibson's with the CEO, because it was a small company. So and it was Black owned too. So it was a thoroughly enjoyable last day. And that's how every day felt when I first started. And I was just like, wow, this is the feeling that kept me here for so long. But that feeling had kind of dwindled, and it wasn't enough to like keep me locked into what I was doing, especially since, like I said, the skills that I have, I didn't feel were being used to the fullest potential. When I first started out into my career, I thought I was going to be in sales engineering, but I didn't feel that sales engineering role was technical enough. So I sought out that role at the last company to be technical, but also have that hint of interpersonal. And then when the interpersonal side died down and it was just nothing but the technical and dealing with poor relationships within the team and a lot of other headaches that just came and went, and it was too much to put up with. And when the opportunity presented itself for me to, find something new, I was open for it. It's funny, one of the coworkers that I was closer with, he told me that you're young enough to jump out the window and see if you land on your feet. Which essentially is what I did, because I went to school for mechanical engineering. I am now a systems engineer in an IT company. What? How? Where? The Lord didn't say, what? Lord, am I equipped to even do something like this? We had a brief segment on the episode with Michelle Warren where we were talking about mindfulness and feeling self-doubt and all of those different things. I was feeling that. I didn't feel that there was anything within my technical acumen or background to convince someone at this large company that, yes, I deserve to be here and work as a systems engineer. But the Lord said otherwise. That's all I can say, is the Lord said otherwise. It's fireworks, y'all. Okay. The Lord said otherwise. And I listened to him and took his word for it and proceeded to move forward. What I wanted to hone in on this episode was letting you guys know what a few of those signs are if you're feeling like you just may need to leave their job. Now, I don't want to be completely tone deaf and tell you to leave your job right when we just started a pandemic, a downturn, and all those different things. So if you got a job that is paying you, keep it, boo-boo, because these companies are not going to hire you right now. So I planned this episode out back before the pandemic happened, but I'm recording it now because this is still something I wanted to let people know. So yes, I would not say jump ship right away, but I wanted to point out a few of the signs that you should look out for, that if you think that you should leave your job. So let's see. Number one, are you consistently bringing negative energy into your home life? Your work isn't staying at work, it's coming back. All the feelings and everything that you have experienced at work are coming back home with you and affecting your relationships with either your significant other, your children, and then they see a significant change in the person that you are. You're not you're not being healthy mentally and physically because of the toll that your job is taking on you. Or let's say that you're feeling too comfortable. Your job is no longer pushing you to limits where you think that you're able to consistently learn or grow within that company. You feel that your potential is being stifled because you're just doing something that is a meaningless job, or what you consider a meaningless job. It's meaningful to someone, but for you, you just feel like it's not pushing to the full potential of what it is that you could be doing, and you're just saying, "Oh, it's just a job. I could be doing whatever else." It's not really fulfilling you in that type of way. There's also, if your job is so toxic that you don't ever want to go to work, that you're in it consistently in an environment that is either adding too much stress to your life or poor relationships with people that cause you issues, both at work and in a personal instance, or if there's just toxic ways of communication between others. There are definitely ways to improve communications without having to feel that you need to just up and leave your job altogether, but there is a limit. And sometimes, I think it's a quote by Nina Simone, sometimes you gotta leave the table when love is no longer being served. Point blank period. You gotta leave the table when love is no longer being served. It's funny, when my team went through a series of different bosses, and we were just kind of lost in the direction that they wanted to take the team. So they went through a series of bosses, and there was this old white guy that came in and tried to lead the team, but he set up different interviews with people to try to see what it is that they wanted out of their careers and to fully understand what they felt about their role, and just different little things that a typical boss would try to figure out. And the feedback that came about for me was that I don't feel that she has a passion for gas. Really, bitch? A passion for gas? Who got a passion for gas besides your old ass? What? I shouldn't even be cussing as much. Who got a passion for gas? Okay, somebody got a passion for gas. Like I said, I just felt like I'm just doing it. I could do this for anything, but I'm just doing it, and gas just so happens to be the thing that I'm working in. When I say gas, I'm talking about natural gas, not your gas. Obviously. But yes, he felt like I didn't have a passion for it. So he kept trying to pick and prod and see different ways that he can get the passion to come out of me. And it was only in that moment when I was able to, fully express to him, yes, I would like to do more things that were in the business development space, because I wanted to enhance those interpersonal skills that I always felt that I had. And it led to a few more things, but then that boss disappeared, and then the new bosses didn't even continue on that path with me. So it just kind of felt like, well, I'm back at square one again. So it just kind of made that when a new opportunity came about, even that much more appealing to me. So I thought, sure, why not? I'll take the risk. I'll see what it is. I'll see what else that I can potentially do in this world, because there's not really a deep tie to the point where I felt like I needed to stay in that specific industry or that specific company. Fun fact, when I go to the different events to meet new sisters and just to mix and mingle with people within the industry, at least back when we could before COVID messed it all up, because that was part of my fun. I enjoyed going to these events. I would always ask, of course, what do people do? Because one, I'm looking for new guests for the show and people to feature on our social media pages, and just to learn specifically for myself. And when I would ask people what they do, it would kind of spark different interests in me. And I'm like, maybe I could do that. And then I'll go home and do a little bit more research on what that specific role does. Or I'm like, maybe I could do that. And I'll do a little bit more research on what that type of role does. I wanted something that kind of tied into the sales engineering that I originally thought from when I was in school, thought that would be something I could move into. No one talks about sales engineering, by the way. They don't really come out and say, hey, this is a potential role you can be in. Do you have a personality? Do you like technical stuff? This could be just for you. No, they don't tell us that. I figured it out because I was the public relations chairperson for the National Society of Black Engineers, and I had Rockwell Automation come and they told me about sales engineering, and that's what piqued my interest. I'll dig a little bit deeper into what it is and what my new role is and experience has been in the next episode. But back to what I was saying, when I go to those different events, I would ask a lot of different women what type of roles that they were in to get more ideas. And one thing I've never been afraid to ask is, what salary do they make? Some people think that that's a taboo thing to do. Some people will be open and tell you. Some people will hold back and be like, no, that's private information. I'm gonna need you to just look on Glassdoor. I hope that someone can confer this, that when I talk to people, that I come off nice and friendly, and I'm just like, okay, girl, now when you doing this role, how much are you making? That's exactly like how I ask it. I'm just like, okay, so what do people make in this type of role? Give me some numbers. What are we talking over here? Because I know that I'm worth more than what I'm currently getting paid. And when I would consistently talk to people who worked in tech, I would hear these cha-ching, cha-chings. Oh, so I need to be over there. Okay. Got you. I need to be over there making double my salary. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. It's a new experience for me, and and whether or not I like it, I can't say that I am in something that is going to be the hail all be all. This is my absolute holy grail of the type of role that I need to be in. I'm just trying something new. I figured that this is the right time to figure it out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And one major thing is that I wanted something with growth potential. There was room for other roles at the company I was already at, but every time I did the same thing. I would talk with a lot of different people within the company and just see like, oh, what is it you do? And what is it you do? I didn't really get that click to say, yes, this is what I want to do. This is the next thing I want to explore. That's why I decided to look elsewhere. And I still had hesitation, but I felt a little bit more of a click when it came to this specific role, because it's systems engineering, but it's also in pre-sales, which means that I'm not responsible for doing all of the heavy sales type stuff, but also have a sales aspect because I'm working with a salesperson, but also connecting directly with customers. The interpersonal side that I said I wanted to expand upon and learn more about. So yes, it's all part of the journey. We all have journeys for our careers, and this is just another step on mine. I'm blessed to be able to take this leap because I've lost a job before where they beat me to the punch of like me being able to leave, and it messed with my confidence. And I didn't really feel that I was as smart and as whole as I thought I was. But to also put it in perspective, the other company was, that company that had let me go was very racist and messed with me mentally, and it took a toll on me physically, and I was very unhappy. So I came from a place of being super unhappy to finding the last company I was with, which was kind of like the holy grail of epitome of, yes, I love being here, to it dwindling down a little bit more to me being able to find something that I think may be a little middle ground. There's nothing that's specifically having me say, oh, I absolutely love this, but there's also no aspect of me saying, oh, I absolutely hate this. It's new. This is the same thing that happens with everyone with something new. So I'm exploring it. And I hope that you guys can join me on this journey to figure it all out. It's a process. So I am happy to be back talking with you and sharing this journey. Hopefully it'll be able to help somebody else on their journey as well. I know that you don't want to just hear all about my stories, which is why we have a long list of amazing women for this season. I'm super excited. There is a physicist who is on track to cure cancer. She has already cured cancer in mice. I finished the interview with her and it was amazing. I wanted to explore a few more career types that you don't really get to hear about. So I have a patent attorney that I'm interviewing because yes, as a technical person, you can also go to law school and become a specific type of lawyer, which is called a patent attorney. I have names that you may have heard from all over, including Tolani. She is a lifestyle and beauty. She is a lifestyle and beauty guru, and we talk about her career and her journey to getting to the type of influencer that she is. I don't want to give it all away, but we have a awesome lineup for you, and I'm hoping to make this season longer than the last one. Keep your fingers crossed, because I am going to keep reaching out to more people, and as long as I have the time to do so, I will continue to put it out for you. I hope that you will enjoy this season as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I look forward to getting into it, you guys. The next episode is going to be all about me again and my journey switching into a new industry. So I know some of you guys may be interested in how you can actually switch, because like I said, this has absolutely nothing to do with what I learned. It takes a whole lot of a new type of toll on you to be able to learn something new from scratch. We're also recording video this time around. I only did it with a couple of episodes that I recorded in person, but since it's COVID and can't nobody leave their house, I was able to get video interviews with all of these people. So not only will you be able to hear our awesome voices, but if you go to the Sistas in STEM YouTube channel, you'll be able to see our beautiful faces. I know that representation matters so much. So just to see someone who looks like your mother or your sister in these type of roles, it can inspire you or someone else just that much more. I know it's important. It was important to me, and I'm happy to share it with you. So let's get to it. Yeah, you're going to have to get tired of me singing, because you know I sing every type of thing. You can find me on Instagram at Brittany A. Joy, and you can also follow us at The Sistas in STEM on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever your heart desires. Make sure you check it out. Remember, you are empowered. You are STEMpowered. You've got this, sis. Bye.